What's up everyone, Lion Roar here, and we have some exciting new costumes in the costume chamber, including Damisha, who I'm particularly excited about, as well as Horghall and Magni. These are the Costumes X2, meaning this is the second round of costumes, 3 different types of each of these Season 1 hero characters. Let's talk all about them and give them grades. But first, download Gemstone Legends, a mobile RPG puzzle match game. Use the link in the description to start with free stuff, including a bonus hero. Alright, so as you can see, it is November 2022. The Halloween event is still going on, so make sure that you go check out my seasonal summon Halloween video special where I talk all about those heroes. Today, however, we're focused on the costumes, and I have a place in my heart for the costumes in Empires and Puzzles because I like choice in games. I think strategy and choice is fun when you have to make decisions about exactly what you're going to do. And when you have a costume like Domitia, for example, you can choose to take the regular Season 1 hero, or you can take the second costume, or you can take the third costume, and really make it fit with whatever it is that you're trying to do. Let's go over the third set of the hero, which is basically the second costume in each of these new heroes today, so I can give them grades. But basically each costume that comes out for each of these heroes makes the hero more powerful. So I love the costume summons, totally think that it's worth it if you have the time, and maybe if you spend a little bit of gems on this. But taking a look at Damisha here, first of all, the art is absolutely excellent. Quite honestly, I'd want to collect this card just for the art. She is a barbarian, not my favorite class, but it's fine. Oftentimes when you're putting the emblems on, you're doing it for the other boosts anyway. But of course, there's some particularly powerful talent classes among them. Barbarian's not one of them, however. There is a bonus for the different families here. Those are bonuses for 2, 3, 4, or 5 heroes, and that's an increase to attack, defense, and healing. And you get a costume X2 bonus if you get the second costume to go with the 3 different versions of the hero. And that's an attack bonus of 15%, defense bonus of 15%, health bonus of 20%, and a mana bonus of 5%. And these bonuses are absolutely fantastic. She has 838 attack, 805 defense, and 1551 HP. The attack is very good. The HP is good. The defense is fine. It's like average these days. Dark Bolt is the special at average speed. Again, putting a mana troop on this means that you can make it functionally fast. Not actually fast, functionally fast, taking it down from 4 matches to 3 matches in most cases. She deals 335% damage to the target nearby enemies, and this is what I get really excited about. The target and nearby enemies get negative 64% defense against Dark for 4 turns. Against holy characters, this status effect becomes uncleansable and lasts 2 turns longer. And then lastly, deals extra damage against holy. Now let me tell you something. Empires and Puzzles has been around for a long time. The game has evolved. Certain specials have become more powerful over time, especially as they've added certain effects and things like that. But one effect that has been powerful since the beginning and continues to be is defense debuff. Decreasing the defense of your opponents, because what you do with that is kill your opponent faster. And there is no special more powerful in this game than kill your opponent. Now, Damisha is not powerful enough on her own to do that, but she pairs very well with any other hero that's going to be dealing direct damage. So do take note of that. Negative 64% is absurd, and it is absolutely amazing, especially when you're stacking purple. Now, this is primarily going to be an offensive hero, where you want this effect so that you can stack the purple. Or you might end up using it in tournaments, maybe whenever, let's say, yellow's not available, and you can just stack purple on defense. Do I think Damisha's going to be like a tank on defense for all these purple wars? No, probably not. That's not what she's for. Maybe she has a place on defense in the tournaments, like I was just saying. Probably not going to be using her in defenses, but you will be using her on offense That makes her absolutely amazing. And you want to use her in events as well. You know, when you're stacking purple and you can kill the opponent easier using this. She's going to be amazing against the Yellow Titan. So you absolutely want to have her on your team for that. So she's got a lot of uses. The only place that I don't see her being used so much is on defense. So I'm going to take just a tad off her grade for that. But everywhere else, absolutely amazing. I would totally want her. I'm going to give her an A-, which is actually quite high for a Season 1 hero. Even with the costumes are all really good. But, you know, even the costumes have been falling by the wayside with these overpowered heroes they keep putting out in events. But this one is really, really good. I like her a lot. I'm giving her an A-. I think she deserves it. She's very good. Congratulations to anyone who gets her. Please let me know in the comments if you got her. I'm jealous. I don't chase heroes or spend money on them anymore, so I am unfortunately not going to get her because I already used my free summons. All right, let's move on to some of the other ones here. Next up, we have Horghall, who is, of course, the 5-star green hero, wizard class this time, getting the family bonus and also the X2 costume bonus with 750 attack, 787 defense, and a ridiculous 1784 HP. So that's a lot of HP, but the attack and the defense is kind of low still. He's still slow speed. Of course, you can get that mana bonus there, so it makes him a little bit faster. He deals 260% damage to all enemies. All enemies get negative 31% attack and a further negative 4% decrease for every time they're hit during 4 turns. So you can decrease their attack a lot, but like, why does that matter when he's slow and it takes so long to go off anyway? All enemies get negative 24% defense for 4 turns, which I think is a very cool addition to Horghall and very, very necessary to even make him a little bit good. And then all enemies receive 212 poison damage over 4 turns. So as I had talked about before, defense debuff is one of the most powerful things you can be doing in this game. And there it is. Now there's a lot more going on with this costume Horghall than previously, especially with the Season 1 hero that does basically nothing of value. One of the worst heroes since the first day he was released, which I feel bad about because I love the art of Horghall. I wish Horghall was better. I think that this could have been a really good hero if they had gotten the special right long ago, but it's neither here nor there. The costume's a lot better. It still does not match up in this day and age. We're still, you know, the main thing here is still decreased attack. The defense debuff is not nearly as big as it is on most other heroes. And what do we think that 212 poison damage is going to be doing? That's just tickling the opponent. Unfortunately, not a great hero. Not the worst hero either. I'm going to give Horghall a C. And I think if you're a newer player and you happen to get him, like, you should probably level him up and play with him and all that. But he's quickly going to fall to the back of your roster as you get more powerful heroes coming up. And lastly, we have Magni, who is a 5-star blue hero, of course, just like before, but this time of the rogue class. And this is one of the better classes that there is, because you know how frustrating it is when you try to hit a hero with a special, especially if you're using kind of like a sniper or a really offensive hero, and it just totally whiffs. Not quite as good as it used to be in the past when snipers used to rule the day. Now it's a bunch of area of effect type damage dealers, and it doesn't really matter so much if they miss, but it's still annoying. So still one of the better classes. Of course, remember, they get the bonuses over here. 852 attack, very strong. 738 defense is actually kind of weak. 1630 HP, pretty good there. Strike of the Underworld is the special at fast speed. Deals 285% damage to the target and nearby enemies. That's pretty good, especially with an 852 attack. And the target and nearby enemies get negative 64% defense against special skills for 4 turns. Now, that's a fantastic number, and there we go. We get the defense debuff again, which I love to see on a hero like this. However, it is against special skills, and that kind of limits things a little bit because a lot of hero special skills don't rely so much on direct damage anymore. There's a lot of synergies and teams that are put together that deal a lot of their damage through status effects or fiends or, you know, just all kinds of crazy things going on in this day and age. But that's still a big percent. You gotta think if Magni's on defense, then the opponent's probably gonna play around that a little bit. So this is probably a slightly more useful offensive weapon when you can kind of time things a little bit and make the most use of that hit 3, which is always worse on defense than it is on offense because you can't control what the defense is doing. They often only hit 2. Sometimes this still happens when you're on offense if you get rid of the tank first, but you at least get more of a choice of where you're targeting, especially early in the match. I think this is actually a relatively unexciting hero, but a relatively good one. Like, I think if you get Magni, you can feel pretty confident leveling him up and taking him on offense in particular. Nowhere near the top of the list of most powerful blue heroes for sure. But again, the power of these costumes is also you get choice. You can choose that Magni or that Magni or that Magni. And so what do you need in the moment? If you level them up and strengthen the costumes in addition to the Season 1 hero, you make all 3 versions better and stronger. And so I think that he's pretty good. I am going to have to give Magni a B just because I don't see him being used everywhere. He's not a great defensive hero, but you could use him on defense. Much better on offense. You know, not fantastic for tournaments and events, but, you know, could be the 5th hero you choose for your team. Same thing for against Titans. I mean, I think that actually against the Red Titan, if you have a lot of direct damage dealing special skills, he could be pretty good. But if you're relying mostly on tiles, then maybe not as much. So you have some choices to make with Magni. He's not a straightforward, just put him in anywhere kind of thing, but pretty good. I like him. So let me know in the comments if you got any of the costumes, what your thoughts are, if you're enjoying them, playing them with them, power leveling them, all that fun stuff. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification, and I will catch you in the next one.